Okay, so today we're going to do a deep dive into something super important, if you're trying to get better results. And that's building a culture where everyone's proactively accountable, especially in sales. We found some really great insights on this. And basically what we're going to do is boil it all down to the most important stuff, the stuff you can actually use, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a cheat sheet for building this kind of environment.
Yeah.
All centered around clarity, shared responsibility, and coaching.
You got it. And what's interesting is that while everybody talks about accountability, it seems simple enough on the surface.
Right.
But to really make it work, to make it proactive, you got to really focus on those three things. You got to connect them. We're not just talking about pointing fingers after the fact.
Right.
We're talking about creating a system where people feel empowered to own the results from the very beginning. They're driven.
So let's start with the foundation, clarity.
Yeah.
Jen Hines, she says that commitment starts with clarity. When goals are clear, accountability follows. Sounds obvious.
Right.
But honestly, how often are goals actually crystal clear? I mean, beyond just hitting some number.
That's the thing, right? You can't just say, okay, everybody increase revenue. That's not clear.
Right.
Clarity means you got to paint a picture of what success actually looks like. What does it mean to increase revenue? You got to get specific.
So it's the how, not just the what.
Exactly. And everyone needs to understand the key performance indicators, the KPIs, and not just be able to measure them, but really understand what they mean.
Right, right.
Because if you don't have that shared understanding, that really specific granular understanding, then accountability is just this moving target. No one knows what they're aiming for.
It's true. So for everyone listening, think about this. Pick one of your goals right now. Could you explain it to someone in 30 seconds without using any jargon and have them understand exactly what needs to be done and why it matters?
Good question.
If not, you might have a clarity problem worth thinking about.
Absolutely. So you've got that foundation of clarity. Then Jen Hines, she also says, when accountability is shared, performance improves.
Okay.
And, some people might hear that and think, wait, doesn't that just water down individual responsibility? If everyone's accountable, no one's accountable.
Right. That's the worry, right?
But I think the key is that when it's shared, it becomes this collective ownership. It's not about everyone being responsible for absolutely everything.
Right.
It's about everyone understanding how what they do individually contributes to the big team goal. When the whole team feels like they're in it together, they win or lose together, that's when you get that natural drive to support each other and deal with problems head on. Proactively.
I think that's where peer accountability comes in. That can be way more powerful than anything coming from the top down,
For sure. And the cool thing is shared accountability, it kind of taps into how we're wired, socially. When your teammates are depending on you and you're depending on them, it creates this web of responsibility that really holds everyone together.
Yeah, it's a good sports team.
Exactly. Everyone has their position, their role to play, but they're all in it together, accountable for the final score.
Right, right. And then you bring coaching into this supportive, collaborative environment, and it becomes essential. Jen Hines says, and I love this quote, she says, coaching and accountability go hand in hand. One supports the other. So how does good coaching actually lead to more accountability?
Well, think about it this way. Coaching gives people the tools, the support they need to hit those goals, those clear shared goals we were talking about. Right. It's not about waiting for people to mess up and then coming down on them,
Yeah.
It's about constantly supporting them, giving feedback that helps them grow. It helps them develop the skills and the knowledge they need to succeed. It's about giving them the power to really own their own performance journey.
Right. Good coaching isn't about telling people what to do. It's about asking the right questions, helping them see their own challenges, come up with their own solutions. It's about building that self-accountability. So think about it. Everyone listening, think about the best mentors, the best coaches you've ever had. How do they help you take more responsibility?
I think that's a good question for everybody to ask themselves.
How do they help you grow?
Right. And I think that leads to another really important question. How do we get better at coaching? How do leaders, and really anyone, how do we get better at integrating that into our everyday interactions? It's about shifting our mindset, right? Away from just evaluating people and toward constantly supporting them, helping them develop.
So to sum it all up, it's pretty clear that proactive accountability, it doesn't come from blame. It comes from everyone being on the same page about what's expected, feeling like they own the goals, and having the support they need to get there through coaching.
Absolutely. So with all that in mind, here's something to think about. What's one small thing you could do today to make one of these things stronger in your own team? Clarity, shared responsibility, coaching, even just a quick conversation to clarify a goal or offer some helpful feedback. That could be all it takes to get the ball rolling.
Yeah, makes you think.
For sure.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.